This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself.
This is a really easy repair for your gas oven that won't heat. Almost always it's due to a faulty igniter, probably 90% of the time. So we're going to be replacing the igniter. They only cost about $25 from Amazon and just take you about 30 minutes. So we got the power off, we're pulling out these racks, and we're going to be removing the lower panel. It just comes out pretty easily. Some of the lower panels have a few screws near the back that you have to undo, some standard head screws. This one just has catches that you pull back towards you, and it releases the back part of the panel, and then you can just lift it up. They're about 45 degrees, and you can pull it out of the front lip. And once it's out of the way, you have direct access to the old igniter. The igniter's held in by a couple of screws, but sometimes the threads have become corroded, and it's wise to put a little bit of oil on those threads before you remove these screws. You don't really have to let it sit long, maybe about a minute or two. Here's the igniter. It's pretty cheap. You can get it from Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description below. So it's really easy to order. Get it on Prime probably within a day or two. And it's very simple to put in. So we're just removing two screws that are holding it in. This is kind of a specialized DeWalt angle driver, but you can use a ratchet or anything that you can grab these screws with, and just take your time to spin them out. Then you can lift the old igniter up and towards you by maybe 4 inches to expose the wires. The wires should move with you. There's usually a little extra wire. Make sure you have the oven unplugged. It's a little funny cat that was helping me with the repair. And then just take some wire cutters and cut the wires of the old igniter near the igniter, and then strip back the wire by about 1/4 of an inch to expose the bare wire, and then twist it towards your right to get the wire nice and tight. And then we're gonna just take our new igniter kit and we're going to use some ceramic wire nuts that come with the kit to connect the wires from the oven with the new igniter. And you can connect any of the two wires from the oven with any of the two wires from the igniter. There's no polarity issue, so don't worry about that. Just one wire from the igniter, one wire from the oven, and spin on those wire nuts really tightly to the right until they won't turn anymore, so you have a nice tight electrical connection. And then we're just going to take these extra wires and push them back into the firewall so they're kind of out of where all the heat is to protect the wire. And once we get the wires pushed back in, we can add the screws back to hold on to the igniter, and then we can give it a test. So there are some times that the module that sends the power to the igniter is faulty, but it's pretty rare. And that's why I often recommend, if there's a no heat situation, just to go right to the igniter. It lasts about 4 or 5 years, and even if that isn't the cause, it's good to replace it because you'll need to have that done anyway, even if it ends up being the what we call the clock or the controller, which has relays that send power. I did this procedure maybe a couple hours after on a different oven, and it didn't get any power, so I just struck the control area with the palm of my hand, and that made the relay click. It was just stuck in the open position. The circuit closed, and it did send power. Sometimes that works too, but usually it's the igniter, so replacing it is almost always your best bet. So we're just putting on those screws again. And this type of igniter replacement is very common The only exception really is there sometimes are round igniters which are different, and it's done the same way, but you want to use a round igniter to replace the round igniter. So here we see it glowing, and it should take about 30 to 60 seconds for it to get hot enough for the safety valve to release the gas. And there we have a nice flame, and we got our heat back. So now we just put it back together and we're all done. So fast and easy. Hopefully this has been helpful to you and you get your oven working again. It'll make it bake better, faster, and more evenly. So thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe when you get a chance.